Hi everyone, thanks for being here. I'm Christy, the founder and director of Wellbalance, where it's my mission to help you connect with your people, grow in your understanding of yourself and your ability to connect with your people, and live life to your fullest potential and contented, because you can connect with those around you, and that's the most important thing on my watch. So this is week 3, welcome, of my series, 5-week series in discussing each of the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence and how you can implement them in your life for success, so you can achieve your goals and connect with the people around you and live that contented life. Pillar number 3 is motivation. I know sometimes I struggle with motivation, sometimes we all struggle with motivation, but people with a high EQ can harness motivation to help them achieve. And no matter if they're going through the peaks and troughs of life, they can continue to be motivated despite what's happening on a day-to-day basis to achieve a longer-term goal. So let's look at a couple of ways you can harness motivation for your good in your life. Being intentional. Have you ever set a goal and been really intentional about it, where you've spent time thinking about your goal, thinking about why you want to achieve it? Is it in line with your core values and the person that you are, your identity? What are you going to have to set about to do to achieve that goal? What steps do you need to take? Being really intentional about setting them out. Thinking and motivating yourself, believing that you can get there, seeing yourself taking each of those steps, using that ability to see yourself in a situation and increase your motivation because you're increasing your belief that it can actually happen. Are you intentional in how you go about your life? Are you intentional in your relationships, what you want to achieve there? Just in your day-to-day life, how is it that you want to show up, turn up, and who is it that you want to be? What's the legacy you want to leave when you go? Be intentional before you do everything, so that you can set those bars, and they're not going to, when you've got firm plans, they don't just fall to the ground immediately. If you set a goal to say, I want to lose 5 kilos, but I'm not going to do any planning, any preparation, I'm just going to go out there and hope for the best. We all know plans like that, or ill-planned intentions like that, don't tend to be successful. So if you want to follow through and keep your motivation high, you'll be intentional in your life in everything. Taking personal responsibility. In today's litigation society, we're not always great at taking personal responsibility. It can be a temptation to want to blame the things that go wrong in our lives, blame the things that go wrong in our relationships, blame our mistakes or the things that we haven't succeeded at on someone or something else. Oh, it just wasn't my day, or I had bad luck, or that other person over there tripped me up while I was doing it. Whatever it might be. Successful people and people that remain motivated are willing to take personal responsibility for achieving their goals. So if they have a bad day and they haven't performed to their best, people with a high EQ will go, you know what, I didn't perform to my best today. I'm halfway to achieving this goal, and really I let myself down and tripped myself up today because I didn't prepare the best that I could have, or whatever else it may be. Successful people can take personal responsibility and use it to help drive themselves further, rather than trying to blame someone else or allocate responsibility elsewhere. The other really exciting thing about taking responsibility, sometimes it might be, the downside of it is that you have to acknowledge your faults or acknowledge your mistakes and work on them, and that's hard. But the exciting thing is, if you take personal responsibility, you can take more control over what it is that's happening in your life. You don't have to be blown about by the wind of external circumstances. This happened, that happened, I can't do anything about it. What's a girl to do? No, you can say, right, I'm not going to be blown about by those external things happening. I'm going to take control, and I can do this, I can achieve this as long as I put these steps in place. So that's the exciting and good part about taking personal responsibility. So don't shy away from it. Motivated people have a strong sense of appreciation. Do you appreciate things that are happening in your life? Do you appreciate the day-to-day, sometimes mundane things that go on in your life? People that can appreciate them appreciate a true, genuine relationship. Some people might say, you know, two married people to be married for 35 years, well, that could just get, you know, really boring and mundane. Well, yes, it could if you neglect your relationship. But if you can have an appreciation of the simple things in life and the intimacy that comes with a long-term relationship like that and all of the other benefits, yes, it might not be exciting and in the honeymoon stage like new relationships are, new intimate romantic relationships can be, but there's other things that you can appreciate. So do you come at your life with a sense of appreciating all of the ordinary things that are going on in your life and how many other people would probably desire to have the life that you're living? People that can have a sense of appreciation, even stripping it right back to every breath that you breathe. Are you thankful for every day that you're given and the opportunity that you have to get out there and to make choices that can influence your life and influence other people's lives for the good? That's an opportunity that we all get every day. Some appreciate it, some don't. Some are focused on what they don't have, what they wish they had, and what they probably never will have because of a bad attitude. Those people that go out there and appreciate every opportunity are the ones that are positive and can remain motivated because they appreciate everything that comes their way. Last point about motivation, all of these things lead up to being resilient. Resilient is a power word at the moment too. People are talking about resilience here, there and everywhere. Resilience is another foundation of EQ. If you have emotional intelligence and all of these layers of emotional intelligence that I've been talking about over the past few weeks, you will build resilience in yourself. You'll have a big picture of your life. You won't be blown about by the wind. You won't be thwarted from your goals because you're experiencing a moment or a day of negative emotions like we talked about last week. You'll be able to self-regulate. You can go ahead in life because you're resilient, and if you get knocked down, you can get back up again in a knowledge that you expect to get knocked down in life. You expect things aren't always going to go your way. Not everything's going to be rosy, but that's okay. You appreciate the opportunities you get, and you know that you can get up and you can take control of what you can control. So that helps build your resilience and your ability to reach those goals no matter what else is happening externally. You can take control of that. And that's relevant because being motivated and being able to implement all those strategies in your relationships, in your life, with your work colleagues, with your team, you can inspire them. If you're motivated, that wears off. They can see that you're genuine in what you do, you're authentic and you turn up. You can acknowledge your mistakes and you can get up when you're knocked down. People around you can see that, and if you can continue to be motivated and have that momentum despite the normal struggles and difficulties of life, that momentum is going to catch on with the people around you. People will be attracted to you, you can influence them, and you can influence your own achievement of the goals you want to achieve. So thanks for listening this week. Get out, be motivated. Leave your comments down the bottom if you want to. Contact me via my website if you need to or are interested. So until next week, when I talk about pillar number 4, which is empathy, starting to put all of these internal practice into play with other people, using those connection skills, empathizing with others. Until next week, when we talk about that, get out there, connect with your people, grow in your understanding of yourself and your ability to connect with others and live your best life. Thanks for listening.